The mixed song I can show you from here.
ਪਈਆਂ ਰੌਲੇ ਰੱਪੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਥੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਚ ਵਫਾਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਪਈਆਂ ਰੌਲੇ ਰੱਪੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਥੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਚ ਵਫਾਦਾਰੀਆਂ
Hello guys, this is Kali from Kalimixmusic and I'm back again into my studio. I'm gonna show you a deconstruction video of my latest song called Soorma by Nirmal Sidhu. So let's jump straight into my FL Studio. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys that I've used very less elements in the song because I didn't want it to overcomplicate the sound. I just wanted the hard hitting 808 with this drill beat and his vocals to pump. So I really didn't want to destroy the song by using so many elements. So there are hardly very few elements that I've used. So I'm gonna show you into my FL Studio. So here we are. So if I show you the beat, this is how it sounds like. So guys, this is very simple drill beat, that's it. And then I've used little bit toppers on the top to make it a little bit more groovy, and I've used 808. I used the sample, then I chopped it up everywhere, and then that's it. Here we go. So, and I've also used some impact sound to make the starting of the song be very impactful. Okay, so that's it for in the beat. So for melody section, I've only used 2 melodies into this song. The first melody is this, which is choir. That's it. And the other melody that I've used is very simple melody, and I've used it in the start and in between the song to just give a new taste to the song and just to change and flip it. So let's see. That's it, guys. That's it. There are not so many elements in the song, only drums and 2 melodies, and that's all about it. I've only used 2 melodies and some drums. That's it to make the song sound perfect. So you don't need so many elements in the song. That basically ruins the clarity of the song. If you have heard old songs, even some 50 Cent songs, if you see they have only used 2 or 3 elements of the melody, the rest of them is drum and their vocals. That's it. So that's what I've done with this song. Nothing complicated, very simple. So back into my FL Studio. So if I go on the vocals, so basically Nirmal Sidhu, he sings with very powerful voice, and if you want to hear it, I'm going to show you. Here it is.
ਹੋ ਪਈਆਂ ਰੌਲੇ ਰੱਪੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਥੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਚ ਵਫਾਦਾਰੀਆਂ
So if you see, that's a very powerful voice, and I've hardly used very few elements to mix the vocals as well. There's not too much. And if you guys see my channel rack, I always try to color code and organize everything pretty well. So we have some buses here: vocal bus, melody bus, and a beat bus. That's it. We got some drums, 808, and percussions. Basically these are the toppers that I was saying earlier, and impact sound, and I don't know which loop is this. Might have not used it in the song. Okay, then 2 melodies and then only the vocals. If you see, there is a big stack of vocals that I've mixed. That's why my PC is running a little bit slow as well. But anyway, what can I do? So here you go. So if we talk about the vocals, so I've just used a little soft clipper because when I was recording, the sound was clipping a little bit because because Nirmal Sidhu, he uses his chest voice and with very powerful voice, and that's why I've used little clipper to just to tame a little bit if anything is clipping, just to take care of that. And I've used very simple settings on the CLA compressor. I've used it on on the vocals, just a little bit to the output attack, and that's it. Nothing too much here. And I've used another EQ just to take the noise out, and little bit of dynamic low frequencies, and little bit sharpen up on the top. Then we have Fresh Air. Fresh Air, I love this plugin. It's very simple plugin. I've used this Fresh Air to to make the top end crisp, because that's what I like to hear in the vocals. And I've used this AVOX Warm. This is from Antares, and I've used it very little bit. I try to clip the sound a little bit, and then there is 2% of drive, nothing too much, just to make the sound more warmer, and to make to duplicate like a hardware mixing kind of thing. And then I've used this one more compressor, just a little bit gain, little bit compressor, and little bit gate. That's it, nothing too much. And then I've used this Pro MB, very good plugin, very good plugin. I would recommend everyone to use this plugin. I've just compressed a little bit high end, the mids and the lower mids, and the low frequencies in the vocal. So this is about the vocals. I never do that on what do you say, in any other sound. Only for vocals I do this much of reduction and compression. And then I've used this Plutic, what's this called, Plutic, okay, I don't know. I've used this Waves plugin EQ, which is not very complicated. I've just increased a little bit boost on the high end of the vocals. That's it, nothing much. That's all about the vocals. Then I've duplicated the same chain in all the repetitions, left and right vocals. There is very little different. If you see, I've panned it to right and left, and that's it. That's all about the vocals. And if I go on the drums, you see this channel rack is empty. The channel rack is empty for the drums. The channel rack is empty only because the sample that I used for drums was already mixed. I didn't need to put anything on that. For 808 I've used for 808 I've used this Rode saturator. This is from Waves as well, and I love Waves plugins. So this is I've just used their preset called Boost. I think there was some bass boost. Here you go, fat bass. I've used that, and I try to manually make the sound. Okay, I've just used a preset from Rode Saturator, which is fat bass. And then we have EQ. You see the high ends. We don't need high ends in the bass, but don't go too harsh on 808s when you do EQ. Some people I've seen, they just reduce the middle frequencies as well, and this is drill song. We need the middle frequencies of the bass, so I've kept it in. I'm not sure what I've did here. Okay, so little bit compression, very simple FL Studio, a stock plugin compression, and I needed to make it a little bit wide for the perk loop, which is a groovy loop that I showed you before. So I've tamed it down a little bit. I didn't want it too much stereo separation, because because the drill beats morely center, in the center, hard hitting. Left and right is only few elements goes left and right. For example, the bass as well, but I haven't used left and right that much in this song because I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't good. I'm not sure. I think this is the drum loop that maybe I've used and then deleted it out. So 808, nothing there. I think these two are the ones that I never used in the song, so I might have removed it after. So on the choir, I've used a little bit auto tune because when I mastered the song, I was feeling that this choir was going a little bit out from the key of the song. So I wanted to make everything in the key. By the way, guys, let me explain one more thing about drums. For drums, what I've done is, because I was using a loop, so it was not on the key of the song. According to me, I always do all the drums on the key, because that's really important when you hear the song, and if it is out of the key, the drums are out of the key, it doesn't, you know, make the full impact. It does not make the full impact on this. So I was just saying, when the drums are out of the key, it just play with your ear a little bit, and you don't feel like the song. Almost the song is not. The song doesn't sound glued. So that's why I always do drums. So in here in this song, I've used drums as a loop. So what I've done is I've just went into our pitch corrected. So I've just used pitch correction tool and corrected the pitch of the drums, and that's it. That was it. And the drums were in the key after. That's all. And I think I've explained about everything on the thing, and here I wanted to show you here. Okay, so auto tune and then just the volume, and then okay, I think I forget to switch. So I was talking about this choir, the melody section. On the choir, I've only used auto tune. That's it, because the choir was going a little bit off the scale, so I needed to make sure that it's in the. I needed to make sure that it's in the scale, and then after I've used the other. Another loop that I was talking about, just a little bit reverb, and then H delay, mono, that is our waves plugin delay, and then pro Q. You see that I've done too much EQ here, but the low frequencies was giving interference with the 808, so I tamed it all the way down and just cut it down. I don't need it. Okay, and that's it. I think that's all about the song. And if you want to see my this is basically all the vocal chain that I just copied and pasted from the main vocal into my tag, and then that's it. And then I've changed, side changed, then I've side chained my tag with this reverb and delay. That's it. So for this also, if you want to see, there is side chaining of the main vocals with the reverb and delay, and that's it. That's all about mixing. Nothing too special that I've done. It's very, very simple. So in the mixing, I mainly take care about the volume knobs. So volume knobs is the most important part of the mixing, not using the different plugins, EQs and compressor. They are secondary. The first primary thing in mixing is volume control. If you know how to control the volume, you have done all your mixing, and that's it, sorted. And also, when you try to use the plugin, don't use everything that you know. Only use what is needed. For example, if I go back into my FL Studio and show you this another loop that I was saying I used for melody. If you see, I've used a reverb because I wanted the sound a little bit broad. Yeah, and I've used this delay because I wanted the delay in it, and I've used this EQ because I didn't wanted the bass frequencies. That's why I used these chains. So there's no specific rule of using the plugin on melodies, on vocals, on anything. You need to use what is required. Don't use everything. So as I showed you on drums, I didn't use no plugin. Why I didn't use any plugin on it? Because if there was no need, guys. There's no need of adding extra plugin if the thing is already sounding perfect. So I don't know why. So there is no need of using any plugin if the sound is perfect. So let's talk about the buses. So if you see the color codes, all the color code and everything, if I show you like this, all of them going to the chain here, that is our drum bus, and then our choir and melody section, and this is a vocal bus. So only 3 buses that I used. I didn't use extra because I was just controlling the volume from here. I didn't need to make it more complicated. So here we go, these 3 buses. All I use buses is just to control the volume, and I don't think I've used, okay, so in bus Edison, I don't know why I used Edison. Maybe I can just Edison is nothing, so it's just a recorder. I will just leave it like that. Okay, so that's everything about the song. So if you want to hear the mixed song, I can show you from here.
ਹੋ ਪਈਆਂ ਰੌਲੇ ਰੱਪੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਥੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇਖੇ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਚ ਵਫਾਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਪਈਆਂ ਰੌਲੇ ਰੱਪੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਥੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇਖੇ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਚ ਵਫਾਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਜਥੇਦਾਰ ਭਲਾ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਮ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਜਥੇਦਾਰ ਭਲਾ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਮ.
So by the way, if you are thinking about this, I've just chopped some elements from the beat and I just made it. That's it. There's nothing complicated. Very, very easy stuff. Cut and paste and do the mixing and mastering properly. Mixing and mastering is very important. So this was a little preview about the song that I've mixed and mastered and produced. That's about it. And if you want to see the mastering of this song, subscribe to my channel. Next video will be on the mastering. Okay, so see you guys. This was my first deconstruction video on YouTube. I didn't know how to I really didn't know how to make deconstruction video. I figured it out like 2 days before using this OBS and my phone as my camera, webcam. I really didn't know anything about it, but I've tried to make this look good as much as I could. I hope you like this video, and if you like it and if you have listened up to here, please consider subscribing and go check out Nirmal Sidhu song or Nirmal Sidhu music YouTube channel. I will put it in description, and comment if you need a mastering video of this song. See you guys. Take care. Bye bye.